Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Democracy 3 as Scandinavia. Alright, once again, just to remind you, we are trying to do that sweet socialist paradise achievement. Equality needs to be over 80%, a poverty rate of under 20%, and the lowest working week possible. It's going to be tough, that's going to be real tough. Just to clarify for you, it is this achievement that we're going for. And I think it's going to be moderately difficult, actually. Moderately difficult. Equality, as we can see, is pretty much hunky-dory. Poverty is also pretty darn good. But the working week and reducing that's challenging. That really is very challenging. Let's have a look at the working week. I mean, do we want industrial automation to increase? I think we do. Do we? Maybe? I don't know. Like, I can't really tell. Here's the thing. So, for example, wait, where was I? What on earth was I doing? I just can't even remember. Alright, well, look, okay, I can remember now. Okay, so the working week is impacted by unemployment and industrial automation. Does industrial automation have to go down for the working week to go up, or does industrial automation have to go up for the working week to go down? I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. I mean, increases... Oh, the higher the value. The higher the value, automation reduces the working week and increases productivity, but at a cost of making many low-skilled workers unemployed. Well, that's okay. We're bumping up our military spending anyway, so that's going to spend... We're going to be spending a little bit more, but at the same time, we're also going to be employing more and more people, which is very important. Now, nobody hates us, which is kind of nice, and all that remains for us to do, all that we remain to... I can't even speak today. All that we need to do is just make sure that the working week is just totally short. I mean, we don't want the working week to be long. At all. Is there any policy that we can put in that will reduce the working week? I don't really know. I mean, not really. Government subsidies for unions? Maybe this? No, I thought it would, but it doesn't. Kind of a bit shit, so I guess we'll just stick it down on nothing. Other stuff that we can possibly do? Not really. I mean, trade union restrictions, no. Nothing really sticks out as a way that we can increase the working week, apart from, you know, bring down unemployment. National military exercise, let's approve it, you know, see what's going on there. But, you know, the working week, it's real tough. It's real tough. It's very difficult. And I just do not know. I do not know how we reduce it further. Bail out the country. Yeah, bail them out, whatever. That's fine. Got a little bit of debt right now, but things should sort themselves out fairly soon, I'm hoping. And if not, then, you know, all we need to do, stick tax up a little bit, and we're sorted. Costs 30 political capital to raise tax. We'll probably raise tax next turn. We don't really want to drift into too much debt, so got a thousand billion right now. Is that a trillion? I don't know if that's a trillion. It may well be a trillion. I do not know. But, you know, we're slowly just increasing our debt, and that's not good. Okay, working week. It's starting to head down. This is the important thing. It's starting to head down, and that is going to secure us the victory. If we can continue the trend, then we're going to be fine. Flooding, not great. GDP up, unemployment holding steady, I'm afraid. Holding darned steady. Unemployment benefit. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this because it's increasing unemployment and we do not want it to be increasing unemployment. Poverty, however, we can't really afford to increase poverty at the moment, so we're gonna have to do other stuff to get unemployment down further. Where is the working week? Here it is. There we go. Yeah, so it is going down. It is trending downwards, which is really, really nice. But, you know, it seems that labor laws is having quite a big effect and is making it so that it actually impacts the working week. Now, if we reduced income tax, if I could be so bold to suggest that we could reduce income tax, we might be in well, we'd be in some serious trouble, that's for sure, right? But we could also absolutely shred unemployment. I think the best case for us is just to leave income tax alone and try and raise money from some other source. Petrol, for example, we can afford to get a heck of a lot more out of petrol. Really, really going to upset motorists. Car usage is going to get slashed. GDP is going to be reduced horrendously. We don't really want to do that. Corporation tax, I mean, we don't want to increase unemployment anymore. We're in a very, very sticky monetary situation right now. I mean, fingers crossed next turn our income increases substantially, but otherwise we might have to cut expenditure because we sure as heck cannot raise any extra taxes. And that's a major, major problem for us. Well, let's go to the next turn and see what we can actually do with it, because it's going to be interesting. Technology backwater, that's fine. Unemployment going down further again. That's really, 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 really good. Working week should start to go down. It should. And industrial automation. We need to invest in technology. That's what we need to do. Science funding needs to be increased. Innovation going up. Unemployment will go down a little bit. GDP increase. Technology up. It's pretty much exactly what we want. Yeah, but it's basically we need to do it through technology because we need industrial automation now. That is very, very important for us. And it's the only opportunity that we've got to make things all good. Innovation. Why is innovation so darned low? Corporation tax, state schools, pollution controls. I mean, I don't really want to change anything around. The fact that innovation is so low, it's costing us GDP. Small business grants. Should we bump this up? I think we could probably bump this up quite easily. Nobody gets annoyed by this, and it actually is going to help our GDP hugely. However, once again, you know, we want to talk about the fact that we do have a slight deficit that is ongoing, and we are going to need to cut back on something. I mean, state schools, potentially. We need to literally, like, cut our budget in half. We're going to shred so many jobs as well. I don't like this. I do not like this at all. I don't like this. I don't like this. I really, really don't. But we need to cut something. We need to cut something, and it needs to be something that actually doesn't impact anything. Rail subsidies? Yes, I would love to cut this. I mean, it is going to increase unemployment, should I say, because it currently does reduce it, but, you know, sometimes you got to make tough decisions, don't you? I'm going to scale this right back as well. I mean, it's not going to solve the crisis overnight, but it is going to go some way towards solving our financial issue at the moment. Call for a diplomatic solution. Should we enlarge the Union? Should we... Whether Turkey wants to be a member of the European Union. Veto the new member. I think we're going to veto the new member. Got a budget deficit of 29 billion right now. And that is real bad. That is really, really, really bad. How is the working week looking? Tell me how the working week is looking. I mean, the working week is looking good. If we can maintain this, then we're going to be onto a winner. Technology should be increased. Innovation, honestly, should go through the frickin' roof. It really should. I mean, we could try and cancel state schools. I mean, let's look at our biggest expenditure, right? State schools or state health service. State health service is the biggest expenditure that we have currently. I don't think we can reduce it. I really, really don't. I think it would be silly to try and think that we could do that. I think we've just got to cut other stuff, right? I think we just do. I just don't want to cut anything because everything is so central. Foreign aid. You know what? Foreign aid can quite easily go. As far as I'm concerned, foreign aid is done. We don't need that anymore. Child benefit. That affects equality, so we can't muck around with that too much. University grants. Yeah, we can't muck around with this. This is, well, not actually that important. Could save 12 billion quite easily by just cutting this. It's not going to provide that boost to education, though, and we sort of want to keep that around. Road building, however, it's a good opportunity to cut back on this because, let's face it, we don't need it. We absolutely do not need it. Police force, we should actually increase. We really should. But, let's face it, it doesn't make that much of a difference. Not at this stage in the game. Not when we don't really have any social, justice issues. So I think we're fine with that. We are still running a bit of a deficit, but I'm hoping for something great. I'm really, really hoping for something gosh darned amazing. Religious condemnation. Oh no, that's annoying. A religious group. This is a problem. This is a problem. But let me know how the working week is doing, please, game. The working week is going down slowly but surely. Unemployment. Ah, god damn it. Road building. And we're still running a deficit. We're still running a deficit. How on earth can we just increase employment? How can we do that? Don't really want to expend. I don't really want to spend more. International relations. Can we do anything here? Not really. Not really at all. EU membership. What do we want to do with this? We could massively shred unemployment. And it would only cost us 7 billion more. Would reduce productivity, but let's face it, who gives a damn about productivity? It doesn't matter at all. So to raise it, all we need to do is stick that right up to the right there, and we should be fine. However, immigration, it's already at the highest anyway, so who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's join the EU, and let's go absolutely bonkers with our EU membership. Yeah, relaxed planning law, whatever. Unemployment is starting to fall again, which is kind of nice, but we're just we're not getting anywhere with this working week nonsense. We've got to rely on industrial automation, and that's something that could potentially take a very, very, very long time, which does kind of irritate me. But that's all right. All right, let's try and cut unemployment. It's gonna be a 20% reduction in unemployment. I'll take it. It is gonna cost us 7 billion more per turn, but our debt is rising slowly, and that's okay. All right, we've just got to accept that rising debt is fine, because sooner rather than later we're gonna get into a situation where the global economy is good. It's gonna pick up our GDP, and we're gonna have some awesome times. Right? That's gonna be what happens. But at the moment, we're just not in a situation where that is the case. But it's going to happen. You got to have faith. You really, really do got to have faith. And the more faith that you've got, the better. An automation tax is not something that we want to increase or to implement, should I say. How are people liking us? I mean, they're not exactly hating us, but there's a couple of violent folk that want to do my regime harm, and I'm not okay with that. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff that religious people really do not like. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We could change it actually by making it 2 doctors' approval. I mean, on-demand abortion. Yeah, on-demand. They're not too big a fan of that, are they? I mean, we could even make them like us if we wanted to muck around with that, which I think we probably do. I really do. Yeah, you are the only person who is a big fan of religious people, so understandable. Unemployment absolutely shredded. So fingers crossed if we check out the working week. I should really identify the working week. What is it? Where is it? It's there. All right, man. Really? It should go down. It should go down much faster. Much faster. But it's just not. It's just not, and we're having to slog away. At making this possible. We have joined up to the EU. Awesome. We are running a little bit of a budget deficit right now. Our income, if we stay on this projected course, should overtake our expenditure. So once again, we'll be able to pay back our debt a little bit, and that is something. Let's allow the merger, because more capitalists dislike us than socialists. Let's also change the abortion law around a little bit. We'll make it on demand, or limited circumstances even. That seems to be the most popular approach. And that should make religious people not hate my guts. Which, it ain't a good thing. But, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they do. There's a flash crash. So all that nonsense that I was saying about how we could potentially, have a little budget surplus. Yeah, this budget surplus ain't going to last for very long, right? It's going to last for a turn, if that. Well, one more turn. I doubt it's even going to last into the next turn. People freaking love us. And you know what? I like it. I like it a lot. We're no longer relying on government borrowing, which is really good. However, our income next turn is going to be substantially worse than it was this turn. However, if our GDP bounces back, then we could be in a great situation. Flooding reduces GDP by a little bit. I figure that doesn't really matter, to be honest. Same with this asthma epidemic. It really just doesn't matter that much. I mean, yeah, sure, it would be nice if half our population didn't have asthma or whatever, but yeah, who gives a damn? Who gives a damn anyway? Innovation. How is innovation going? Innovation is trending upwards. As soon as small business grants was fully funded, yeah, innovation seems to be doing really gosh darned well. And that's something that we can be really happy about, actually. We really can be. We would like to get rid of corporation tax, but let's face it, this is a slightly important policy for us. It brings in 28 billion, and while that may not seem like a lot, it's our third largest source of income. Our third largest source of income. And that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. But you know what? Hey ho. You get on with life, don't you? You really do. You really do. Alright, how's the working week looking? The working week is looking dude. Looking dude, it's looking good. Let's go to the next turn. Let's do an election, and then let's end the episode. Because I'm curious to see if we're going to win. Okay, I might have lied. I'm not curious to see if we're going to win. I know we were going to win. I just wanted to see how badly the opponent did. And wow, the game actually rounded them down to 0% rather than rounding it up to 1%. That is when you know you failed massively. Wow. Everybody voted for us. Pretty much everybody voted for us, apart from capitalists and religious people. And I reckon religious people would have voted for us if we'd have changed that policy a little bit sooner, the abortion policy a little bit sooner. So let's have a look, see what's going on. Health, education, crime, violent crime, all the same remarkably. Poverty is down, equality is up by 50%, or almost by 50%. That's pretty good. Working week is down by 14%. Rail usage is down, car usage is up. Car usage should not be up. Yeah, that's weird. I don't understand why that's happening. I think it's a bug. I don't know why. I just asked the question. I don't have the answers. Unemployment down, CO2 emissions down, energy efficiency up, air travel down, racial tension down, foreign relations down? What on earth? Ah, well, whatever. Oil price down, oil supply up, oil demand down, poor earnings up, high earnings down, middle earnings have remarkably stayed the same. That's unbelievable. GDP has decreased, but whatever. Private healthcare down, private housing up. You know what? It's all fine. It's absolutely all fine. There's nothing super crazy about anything that just happened. Unemployment, however, should not have gone up. There really should not have gone up. Well, ladies and gents, we're going to be working towards the 0 working week very, 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 very shortly indeed. In the next episode, in fact. But for now, and from me, man, of course, I've been Over Potato. This has been Democracy 3 as Scandinavia. And until next time, bye.